So can you afford to do that? Sorry. Yeah. So can you afford to do that? So how do we define the network performance? If I look at network as a black box, there are 4 simple parameters that I use to define the network performance: throughput, latency, loss, and jitter. Okay? How the cabling system affects this network performance characteristics is LAN cabling systems has significant effect on the throughput and the packet loss on the network itself. So if one user is affected, it's probably the one single cable that connects the computer to the switch. But if a lot of users are getting affected, it's probably the backbone which is creating the problem. Okay? As I told you, LAN cabling systems require downtime to be troubleshooted, need specialized skills as well as tools to figure it out, what's not working. It's also expected to last the longest. I've seen in a lot of organizations, I've been in this industry for more than about 15 years now, I've seen organizations going through at least 2 changes or 3 changes in their LAN equipments before they even change the cabling systems. Okay? It's expected to last the longest, but costs as little as 5 to 8% of the total IT infrastructure, and it's taken for granted. So it's your choice whether you want to have a good cabling system, well-defined, well thought out, or you want to get into firefighting all the time. So how to choose the right cabling system? I'm not batting for the brand that I work for, but more generally, I just wanted to come out that standards are the first starting point when it comes to the performance of the cabling systems. The good thing about standards is that it establishes minimum performance levels. But the bad thing about standards is that it establishes only the minimum performance levels and not the maximum performance levels. Okay? A lot of time, this is where performance issues crop because we specify the minimum performance, but we have no way to understand what's better than the minimum performance levels. So to just give you a quick overview, the TIA 568 standard, most of the Indian companies follow the TIA standards, though we have the ISO IEC standards as well. The 568 standards define the LAN cabling systems performance requirements for the premises systems, and the TIA 942 defines it for the data centers. So here are a few quick tips on how to choose the right cabling systems. The first one to be chosen is what kind of cabling architectures are you going to go with. Okay? The standards define 2 types of cabling architectures. On the backbone, you can have a distributed cabling architecture, or you can have a centralized cabling architecture. On the horizontal, it could be home run, or it could be a zone cabling systems. The next choice that comes typically is the categories of the cabling systems. Copper and fiber are the 2 media that are recognized by the standards. On copper, there are 3 categories of performance that are currently recognized: Cat5e, Cat6, and Cat6a. A lot of times, which find customers do not know which category of cabling system best works for them. We always go back to customers and tell them that if you are looking at a support for 1 gigabit Ethernet, what you need is simple Cat5e. If you need to support 10 gigabit Ethernet in the useful life of the cabling system, you need Cat6a. Cat6 is a fairly useless cabling system. Okay? The reason is it does not support 10G. It supports only 1G, which even Cat5e does. A lot of our global customers, including Google, Intel, Microsoft, still specify Cat5e to the desktop. Okay? You save a lot of money when it comes to using the right cabling system because you know what network speeds you need to support on that. People get often confused between megahertz and megabits. Okay? Just to quickly make the distinction very clear,